Hey YouTube, it is Trinity Productions, TrinityProSound.com coming at you once again with another Take It Apart video. This time we are bringing you a RCF product. This is in their TT line, touring and theater, so it is the high-end, top-of-the-line for RCF, and it is their TT25CXA, the brand new coaxial 15-inch two-way monitor in their TT line. And that's what we're going to be bringing you today, is a take it apart video of this new phenomenal 15-inch two-way stage monitor. Being coaxial, some of the inherent properties of this box is consistency around the coverage pattern with the box, and then also because of the coaxial design, as we found with their NX series monitors, great feedback rejection. We've got the NX series 12s and 15s, and this TT series coaxial monitor is just absolutely amazing. Some of the presets on this thing and the tonal quality of it and just the sheer loudness of this monitor is short of amazing. So what we're going to do is go over the specifications real quick. It's a 1100 watt RMS Class D amplifier. It is a 60 by 60 constant directivity around the speaker. It's got a 15-inch Neo coaxial driver with a 3.5-inch voice coil. It has a 1.5-inch Neo coaxial driver exit throat with a 2.5-inch voice coil on it, all DSP processing. It has onboard RDNet for a monitor, so that is pretty stinking slick. The cabinet has got a coating on it that is almost like a Duratex coating. Frequency response -3 dB is 50 hertz to 20,000. Max SPL is 133. It has a XLR inputs, again with the RDNet on board. Input sensitivity is -2 dBu to +4. Crossover frequency with the size of the high frequency driver on this is at 900. It has thermal and high frequency protection. Has a soft limiter, and then it's got 8 presets for the processing on it. High frequency has 300 watts of that 1100 watts, and then 800 watts RMS to the low frequency driver. Cooling is convection. Again, no fans as with the RCF stuff, which is freaking phenomenal. No worry about power dropping on the fan and burning things up, or fans failing to spin up, or maintenance on fans and things like that. So all convection, fantastic. Power con in and out. The cabinet is Baltic birch plywood. Black, as you can see. It does have a pull cup, so you can use this not just for a monitor, but you can use it for a speaker on a stick type event and get fantastic coverage out of it with the 1100 watts RMS in this box. Let's see, weight comes in at right about 40 pounds. And that is pretty much everything about the box itself. What we're going to do is just kind of go over what this box is. They've done a great job with the handles and stuff on this. They've got the quality handles that have the rubberized grips on it. Very solid. Again, the coating on it is almost like a Duratex or a bed liner type coating. What we're going to do is just spin it around here for you to see the back of it. We've got power con in and outs. It does have what the settings are, and then we do have over on this side the input, and it's just a single button here on the DSP processing to be able to set the input attenuation level. You can also set the delay and also set the presets with this single control, and then we've got a large display to be able to show what's going on with the display control on this. So anyway, you can see the heat sink and how, you know, with the fins and everything on that for the convection cooling. We'll get into showing you what this amplifier and speaker is all about. But on this end, we've got the pull cup, And we've got the handle in the back. Again, the good rubberized handle. It gives you a handle where you can carry this monitor, which that is fantastic. On the bottom of it, they do have, let me just flip this up and show you, they've got some rubberized feet so it doesn't bounce across the stage, providing a little bit of isolation. On this end, we've got, again, a nice rubberized handle coming off of it. And again, with the grill assembly, standard RCF type TT grill, good solid construction. It does have the foam behind it so you don't see the drivers. Really a nice professional look for this TT series monitor. So what we're going to do is get in and open this up and take a look at the drivers. We'll go ahead and pull the grill off. We'll pull the drivers out, take a look at those. Take a look at the construction of the cabinet. That's always something that in our reviews we like to do as far as what the quality has gone into on the cabinet assembly, especially the wood box type stuff, that with the construction of that and the durability, especially since this is a touring and theater type box, we're expecting that the quality build on the interior of this box is going to be quite rugged. It is quite solid, and just in knocking it around a little bit and playing with it earlier in our shop, the tonal quality and what this thing is sounding like, we've been very impressed so far. So with that said, we're going to get in, pull the grill off here, and take a look at the drivers, take a look at what the construction is, and do our review here on this RCF TT25CXA coaxial two-way monitor. Okay, so we've taken the 4 screws out that hold the grill on, and we're going to go ahead and remove this. Again, the grill is pretty rugged, and as far as gosh, it's probably 18 gauge, maybe even 16 gauge steel. So it is pretty robust and beefy, as you can see. You can see the foam through there, letting the light pass through. We'll go ahead and set this off to the side. But here is the coaxial assembly and the 15-inch driver here in the box. This thing is huge, and they've done a really nice job in putting this thing together. They've got a little rubber surround around this thing, and I'm not sure what purpose that serves, but I'm always learning new things. Down in the center of it, you can see they've got where this thing is attached, they've got a little bit of tape to keep the audio and the sound coming out of this thing uniform and smooth out of the conical high-frequency driver. And then the suspension on this is typical surround with the precision Neo RCF drivers that they put in the boxes. I've got a couple of portholes on it here for the low end, and you can see in here that they've got some dampening material inside, which we'll get to. But the grill has gone in, and it's on little isolated rubber footies. They've got one down here at the bottom that it slips into, and then off to the side so that it keeps the grill kind of sonically isolated. But they've gone ahead and sprayed the entire cabinet, even on the interior of this box. So we're going to go ahead. We can tell already that this is a cast frame 15-inch driver, as you can see. And we're going to go ahead and get this 15-inch driver pulled out of the box and take a look at the magnet structure and what the construction of this 15-inch driver is, as well as the high-frequency driver that's on the back of this coaxial assembly for the RCF TT25CXA. Okay, so we've got the thing open, and here you can see we've got the driver pulled out. Everything was on threaded screws so that if you need to get back in and replace that driver for any reason, it's got thread certs coming in on the other side of it, that you're not going to strip out the wood on this thing, and really nice quality construction. Again, this whole thing has been covered in the coated material, which is, we said is kind of like of a bed liner type material. Leads for the speakers coming in for the low frequency and high frequency driver. And then, as you can see in the bottom here, and I'll just tip this up, that there is dampening material on the inside of it. Again, the construction of this thing has got a brace in it here. It is all nailed and glued together. It has a box here isolating the handle off to one side that you can see in there, and then the amplifier and everything is open in the back of it to help with cooling on that, because that whole assembly is open and free to the air for the convection cooling of the amplifier on this. But dampening material is all stapled in, so everything is nice and secure. Standard pull cup on the end of it here that is screwed in, and also I think those are on thread certs as well. Yeah, so anything that goes in and out of the cabinet for securing things is all on thread certs, so it's all on machine type screws going into the box. So with the drivers out, this box about 15 pounds in total weight, maybe 18. Not a ton of weight, but just the quality of the thing with the coating on it is it's really nice. I like the finish on this thing, and that is common with all the TT series speakers, whether it's the monitors or the subs or even the line array boxes in their TT series line. They've done a fantastic job with the finishes on things. That it just has that professional concert look to it, is all I can say. With that said, even the feet are on little thread certs. I can't show you that, but take my word for it. Everything is on done really in quite high quality. As far as the birch is concerned, it looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 or 12 layers of birch plywood on this that has made up the construction on it, but it looks like all the corners have been all glued and nailed together, and they've rounded them off, and the painting on this and the covering on it has just smoothed everything out to make a nice professional looking stage monitor that will give you years and years of use and quality sound out of the TT series boxes. What we're going to do now is pull up the driver here. So we got this thing out, and there is the driver. It is cast frame construction, and also you can see, let me drop this down in there because of the weight of it. You can see the size of the driver on the back of this thing. It is absolutely huge. But cast frame, all neo magnets on it, as you can see here. Then it's got the connection points on it for the leads that come onto it. And then this is a 4 ohm driver. We're suspecting that this is probably going to be a 8 or a 16 ohm high frequency driver on this, so that it is not overloaded by the 300 watts of the amplifier. But really nice construction. Just standard leads, standard paper cone surround, but being that it is a cast frame type basket assembly, provides more rigidity to the suspension on the driver, and just a much better quality speaker from RCF. So we're going to go ahead and set this off to the side here, and go ahead and we're going to pull the amplifier out. The amplifier looks similar to what they've done with some of their other series of speakers, the NX series and some of the others. But it has been, looks like it's been adapted to include the RDNet and the onboard DSP from the TT series line. So we're going to go ahead and get that pulled and show you what that amplifier looks like. Looks like it's a lot of surface mount technology on that. And what we'll do then is, once we're done back together, we'll kind of show you what the DSP does and what that's all about on the box. And then what we'll do is just kind of show you the different, we'll get Smart set up and show you what some of the different contours are with the EQ on the box as we run through the Smart, and you can see the analyzer, and kind of as we run through and run some pink noise through it, and let you take a look and see what's going on with that. But we'll go ahead and pull the amp and get into that right now. Okay, so we've got the power amplifier pulled out, and it came out again all on machine type screws, so with thread certs on everything. Amplifier assembly that we pulled with the heatsink and everything is probably 7 or 8 pounds as far as the total weight. Input section with power down here into an SMPS type, oops, there we go, power supply, and everything is just onboard circuit mount, surface mount technology on the thing. One of the things that we were trying to see was what they did with the semiconductors that are providing the power for this, and they are, if you can kind of see underneath the flatness of that, they are down there underneath the circuit board and securely mounted to the face of the overall heatsink of this thing, so that those semiconductors are directly coupled to the surface of this heatsink to be able to dissipate the heat. They do have all of the DSP section on this side over here sealed off with a ribbon cable coming back over onto the board to provide all of the DSP and processing off this unit with the inputs and the RDNet and everything on it. I was quite surprised opening it up and looking at the size of this whole amplifier board and assembly, that they're getting 1100 RMS watts out of this thing, that I am just absolutely blown away. But as I said in earlier videos, and I may have even said it in this one, what they're able to accomplish now with some of the surface mount technology, power supplies, and the semiconductors, they've been able to do things with power and smaller and lighter amplifiers now for years, and RCF is just capitalizing on that and producing some of the best power amplifiers for powered speakers that I think we have ever seen in the industry. So kudos to RCF. So nice light power amplifier on this box. We'll get in and show you what the DSP and everything about this is. It does have the display here, and then this is the single knob that controls all the DSP, and then XLR input and outputs here, and then we've got the data for the RDNet in and out built into the monitor as well, so that all the equalization and monitoring of the amplifier and the speakers can be done through the RDNet on board here. So standard power cons in and out there, as you can see, with the blue and the white or the gray. So with the power amp out, this box probably 15 pounds. But the construction on the thing is just really solid. So they've done a really good job, and I can't wait till we can put some noise through this thing and get it back together and see what this monitor looks like with the smart analysis on it. We took a listen to it and been playing with it all afternoon here in the shop and playing with the different curves, and the thing just gets stupidly loud, and some of the curves with the bass response on it, I'm really quite amazed how much low end can come out of this monitor. Believe it or not, and still sound really good, get very loud, and not sound like it's overdriving the 15-inch driver that is incorporated into this box. So we'll go ahead and get it back together and play some noise through it and see what some of the traces look like. But our first impressions of this RCF TT25CXA monitor is a winner. So thank you, RCF. So we'll go ahead and get this thing back together and get the computer on it. One of the things that I wanted to mention as we are putting this monitor, whoa, fell out. As we're putting this monitor back together, we are not just trying to put hype out for the TT series stuff. We are not just dealers, we are also users. We have 18 boxes of TT33s in our lineup. We have a TT11 system. We have TT-S26 subs that we're using, which are dual 15s, which are hella punchy with the size that they are, that a lot of people think they are dual 18s. So we've got a large inventory. We've got TT52s. We have sold a lot of TT series boxes to sound companies all over the US, and everybody that has purchased anything in the TT line has always either sent us an email or called us back with an oh my God type statement that I can't believe the output. And it's like, well, I told you so. The TT stuff is just bang for the buck, impossible to beat. whether it is anywhere from their TT051 small little speakers, 052s, up into the TT11 line to the new TTL6A, into the TT line arrays, and now with this TT monitor, their TT subs are freaking amazing. So they've got the dual 18s, single 18s, they've got dual 21s, but I just wanted to kind of go on record and let you know that we're just not trying to push this TT. We are users of the equipment, and I can tell you without any reservations that this stuff is just freaking awesome. It does what it says it's going to do. The specs are spot on in what they're doing. The RD net that is on board with the TT series stuff is absolutely amazing of what you can do in adjusting equalization curves in single units or in groups and monitoring things with the RD net. That's what it's all about. This is professional equipment. It is touring quality, is the stuff that I like to say the big boys use. We're not quite big boys yet, even though we think we are. But the TT stuff is just absolutely amazing, and it's one of those things that it is more expensive than some of the other lines in the RCF lineup. It is more expensive compared to some other models, but I look at it as you buy once, cry once. You will never go off and buy and have to spend money upgrading again. You do it once, you're done. You've got something solid that you can end up having years and years of trouble-free, excellent sounding product out of. So that's my soapbox. We'll go ahead and finish getting this together and get it on the trace for the Smart. Thanks. Well, we're back together. One of the quickest reassemblies I think I've ever done on anything. Just went back together, just extremely quick. Everything fit up like it was supposed to. Screws went back in, tightened down. We didn't lose any hardware. Yes. So we're going to go ahead, get the power cord onto this thing, get the Smart hooked up to it, and run some noise through it and see what it looks like. Okay, so we've got the Smart system hooked up to it. You're now seeing the display screen of me talking, and I will try to talk over it as we get into this, and I'll change some of the settings and let you know what we're doing. We fired it up. The thing's really pretty stinking flat, so I'm going to go ahead and punch the button and get some noise coming out of it. But you can see here that the response on it's fairly flat. So I'm going to go ahead and change the presets. Right now it's on normal 1. Now this is normal 2, which that is for putting these, coupling 2 of them side by side on a stage. This is linear, number 1. Linear 2 with a high pass, so it's going to roll off some of the low end on the thing. This is now close number 1 for close listening, and it's linear. Close 2 with a high pass. This is far listening with linear. So it sounds like we got a little bit of a high frequency boost, or we rolled off the low end. This is far 2, which is far listening with a high pass on it. So should you want to use this as a main on an event. I'm going to go ahead and roll it back to the normal 1. So now we're back on normal 1 with the response on this, but you can see that across the spectrum it's fairly flat within a couple of dB. So pretty stinking amazing. As we had tested earlier with this box, the power output and or the power amplifier and the power output out of this thing is just absolutely amazing. It just keeps getting louder and louder. There's no breakup on it whatsoever. We didn't run it so hard that it went into clip. We just wanted to protect our ears a little bit. It just was extremely loud running it as we did. So with this new 25CXA monitor, you know, the nice thing about it is that it's in a nice tight form factor. It doesn't take up a lot of room on the stage, being that it is the coaxial design. One of the things that we've noticed that if you've got a good microphone that's got really good rear rejection to it and you utilize coaxial monitors, the gain before feedback on a stage that your vocalist can get is just absolutely amazing. We have run our NX series monitors, which is kind of the little brother to these TT series, and they are coaxial. We've run those, and we run Heil RC35 capsules on our wireless. And with the rear rejection of those and the way that the coaxial monitors interact, we've had artists just be singing and just bend right over the monitors and have not had any feedback issues. So that's one of the nice things about the coaxial design, is that it is somewhat more forgiving just with the sheer way that it's constructed and the way that the two drivers interact with each other for that feedback phenomenon rejection. So that is it. RCF TT25CXA coaxial stage monitor. We are RCF dealers, as well as a number of other pro audio lines, mixers and cables and speakers and lighting, and the list goes on. So if you have any questions, shoot us an email through YouTube, a comment. We're on Facebook under Trinity Pro Sound. We're on the web at www.trinityprosound.com, or you can reach out and call us directly, 209-832-8023. We're happy to talk to you. If you're in Northern California, you want to come by and say hi, or want to schedule a demo, we've got some stuff in stock, like I said, and we're more than happy to assist you in your pro audio needs. So again, thank you for watching. Again, Trinity Productions, trinityprosound.com.